Hello and welcome to this episode of Edupreneurs Talks, an initiative to document the life and times of the eminent edupreneurs who have established institutional academia across the length and breadth of the country. This series will document their vision statements, their missionary zeal with which they are carrying forward their educational enterprises, and most importantly, the great opportunities they see in the youth of this country and the day-to-day challenges which they have been facing on and on again. Today we have with us Mr. Harpreet Singh, the president of JRE group of institutions. Welcome, sir. Mr. Harpreet Singh is an agricultural engineer by education, a banker by profession, and an edupreneur by passion. He bagged the most impressive Edupreneur of the Year award during the Edupreneurs Awards 2013. Sir, one of the most dominant themes which you have been advocating and propounding at all the forums, like you dream to outbeat the IITs. Now this is quite daring in a country which really doesn't make you dream so big. So what makes you confident to think and really move on this aspect?
For that I studied the IIT model first. IIT gets the best academic students, brightest students, and then along with that there is a good academia input given by the professors, and then comes the placement. And what I hear, what I see that which is missing is a life skill big piece in IITs. And especially in new IITs, there is a huge shortage of faculty, which is about 35 to 40%, and which clearly means that you are not doing what you are supposed to do in IITs, except I think IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, and maybe another Kanpur. Rest all are struggling with the professors. So when I studied that, I found 2-3 gaps. One is a research gap, which we found that you haven't heard any big research or outcome or a product coming from IIT. You might have heard from MIT, you would have heard from Harvard. So why can't, or Stanford, why can't we have something like that in India? So that was one exciting theme, which I felt that one research can be one big piece. And research, when I say, it is not only by the professors, but also, and it is applied research, but also from the students. And it is supported by Aspiring Minds, which has done a survey recently in 2011, and they figured out that most of the bright engineers are coming out from employers' point of view is actually from tier 2, tier 3 engineering institutes. So it is not the IIT which is providing the best and the brightest. They may be getting the best jobs, but over the period of time, in the era of 10 years, you see there are more engineers who are outside these top 50 colleges than among the top 50 colleges from academic point of view. So how we are going to differentiate this piece? One is research. So we have a pedagogy based on research. So one of the very key theme is project-based learning. Mm-hmm. Now that is a hands-on feeling. And then when I studied last year MIT model and Stanford model, I figured out that why the students are more successful there is because they are told to do things by hand rather than only theory. And in India, because our curriculums are so heavy, so we are very, very theoretical, and we give very less exposure on practical part of it. So we are encouraging now in our college more practical world, and we are exposing the students on that, and we are exposing them for the best of the labs. And I think over the period of time, we will produce students which are much more thinking oriented, and critical thinking component is more. And also in our classrooms, which is pedagogy, we are encouraging our professors not to be lecture oriented learning, rather it is student oriented learning. So what we do is, in the classroom, it is more of a facilitative workshop model rather than a teaching model, I would say that. So that is also helping us to achieve this, and I hope along with the Life Skill Academy, which we have formed, and where we are teaching communication, both written and speaking communication, which is very important from English point of view. Second piece is thinking skills. Then third is software skills, which means basic PowerPoint, Excel sheet. These are basics, but these are also missing in the graduates. And then analytical skills or problem solving skills. If these are the 7-8 skills which we are trying to hone over the next, right from the second semester to the 8th semester, we carry on these skills along with it. So we hope when individual comes out, he is not only intellectually better, but he is also socially better. We do a lot of CSR activity. We have adopted Jaitpur village, where our students are going and teaching IT skills to the students who are in the class 5th to 10th. Okay, so we hope in next 4 year to 5 years time, all the school children there are IT literate. And IT is technology is one component which I personally feel can liberate our students all across, whether it is from secondary education or it is higher education. So we have focused even in engineering also, our focus is majorly on technology driven, IT driven component rather than mechanical or civil orientation.
You mentioned about that one of the core problems, challenges which IITs are facing is the lack of faculty, quality faculty. What you are doing to fill this gap of quality faculty or the number of faculty members at your institution?
I think we are taking our professors young. So we sometimes take, we have 3 categories: assistant professor, associate professor and professors. So in assistant professor, normally we take graduates passing out from IITs. Okay, we find that they are from good background engineers and they are ready to move moldable. So if you see my average age of faculty would be about 36, 37. It will not be 45 or 50, where we feel that now the new technology has taken over the past, and where the old faculty really suffers on that side. So that is one thing which we have done. Second, what we do is faculty development programs, where we definitely call, there are some bright faculty members from MIT or Stanford or from IIT also, I would say, some of the good IITs. So they give faculty development program and encourage our faculty to be a facilitator rather than a teacher. So that is another thing which we are helping. And third is payout. So our payouts are better than the 6th pay commission. So we are able to attract reasonably good faculty. Whether my faculty is the best, I won't say that at this point of time, but as our reputation is going up and people are seeing the difference, some of our faculty members have written research papers and they have won some awards internationally. Now recently one professor, Mr. People, has won an award in Korea for his research in Asia Pacific Engineering Conference. So which is what is giving us confidence that slowly, if we encourage this kind of culture, in next 10 to 15 years, I think the day is not where our students will be as good as or better than IIT, I would say, prepared from the employer point of view and from the entrepreneur point of view, that they can launch their own products, they can launch their own companies and come out well. So one thing more which we have done in our colleges also encouraging entrepreneurship. So there are some bright students whom we found that these guys are good in either developing softwares, or they are good in mobile networking, or they are good in hacking, ethical hacking when I say. So we are providing them these special programs so that they can get qualified on a higher professional skills if they are doing some course in Microsoft, they get into certified Microsoft position at a higher level. And this will help them to crack best of the jobs available in the market, whether it is Google, Microsoft, or it can be Cisco in networking side. So this is helping us to develop our students to the higher value. Even if our students are not as academically bright as IIT students are, but the exposure which they get is much better, I would
So you're suggesting that you are making them rounded professionals equipped with a large amount of skills which are pertinent to the industry and which will make them competitive in the entire spree. Adding to your faculty development programs, there was a study done by Tata Institute of Social Sciences along with Princeton University that 92% of the Indian graduate students who are pursuing their doctoral programs in the US want to return back. But they have certain concerns about the Indian academic ecosystem or the kind of payouts they will get or the kind of tenure or things like that. So, as a visionary person who is working more on the faculty development, what do you think that your institution can woo these Indian graduate students who are willing to come back? What do you think can be the 2-3 action points from your institution?
I think the bright students who are there in foreign universities, what they are looking out, because I last year visited about top 25 colleges in US, and I figured out that what they are looking is also the research orientation, and so they want to grow themselves. So it is not like in teachers in India are very satisfied by teaching only, and whatever they are getting, if there is a bright teacher, he gets little more. But in US, they are not satisfied at that level. They want to do research studies. They want to publish papers, and which are in very good peer magazines, and then develop their own skill set such a way that they can bring out something new. I think to do that in India, one, we have to pay higher than what we are paying currently, and for that we have to get out of this fee fixation mode. Most of the colleges are stuck because of affiliation with the universities which are government universities, so you can't increase the fee. If I can't increase the fee, then there are two ways to fund an institution. One, endowments, that means our alumni or our corporates really fund the institutions, and then we use this money to give it to the best of the professors who are coming from abroad. So where the gap is, actually we find that the professor want to come to India, they are because the opportunities are there in India, but they find that the payout is so less, so they are not joining in. So another way which we figured out, we have recently getting one Indian professors from London School of Economics for our management college. What we have done is we have done his compensation in such a way that he can earn from doing his entrepreneurship also. So that means he is already promoting 2-3 companies where he will have